want from me. I know what you need from me.
Welcome back to the Specific Person channel. I'm your host, SP, and I've designed this channel to help you guys become what is specifically required to obtain everything that you personally desire. If you're not a current subscriber, do us both a favor, click that subscribe button. And if you like the style of content, do us both another favor, click the thumbs up. And if you got any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And if you are working on manifesting a relationship with your SP, please do yourself another favor and click on the description, the links in the description that will take you to my Specific Person EP. It is comprised of songs to encourage you during the process of manifesting your SP. Now, without further ado, I'm going to get started. And this one is going to be talking about, or really addressing, or making you aware of if you are merely surviving or if you are thriving after going through a devastating event or an event that's less favorable. I myself, I had to really reflect and see if I was thriving or merely surviving after going through certain events. Because oftentimes in life, we'll be, so focused on the 3D, and then we'll go through stuff and then we'll survive it. But instead of thriving, instead of growing, instead of flourishing, after that point, we'll just stay in survival mode, and we'll keep manifesting situations that will keep us in that perpetual cycle of surviving. And then we'll keep on surviving, but we'll never get to the point of where we'll start to thrive or, begin thriving. And, and to thrive means to grow vigorously, it means to, in a sense, flourish. So we have to transition our mindset after hurtful events, after setbacks, to thrive instead of just survive. Because once you survive, that's done. You've made it through. So now what are you going to do? Are you going to evolve so that you can be better equipped to avoid those situations, or, to navigate a little bit better, to handle those situations more favorable to your overall success? Or are you going to allow it to push you back and you get stuck in that mode where you're just trained to survive? You're trained to survive it. You're trained to survive it. Because a lot of times we as people, when we go through traumatic events, we can just be in survival mode, day-to-day survival, making it through, making it to the next hump, making it over the hump to the next point, and never really taking wings and flying from that point, letting that point be a takeoff point instead of just a start point to the next checkpoint, if you get what I'm saying. So instead of just moving along, going from one event to the next event to the next event, and you're just like, a lot of people are like, praise God, I made it through. No, you need to really focus and see, how can I use this point as like a jump off point, something that can catapult me to success, so I can thrive instead of just survive. Because I've had a lot of setbacks recently, and a lot of tower moments, and I know that they're all happening for a reason, and those reasons are starting to be revealed. So instead of just surviving, I'm learning myself too, how to thrive. Because for a long time I was just surviving, going from one event to the next event. Like I made it through. And yeah, I've gained certain things, I've leveled up, or in certain areas based on events. But I feel like I myself have not fully thrived yet. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm working on thriving from the things that I survived, from the hurtful moments, from the setbacks, from the disappointments. And now that I've begun that journey, I see certain things and I recognize certain signs, before it's too late. And then once I recognize those things, I just nip it in the bud. I cut it off right then and there. I don't really, entertain those things too long, because I've realized that, okay, I've been through something similar before, and this seems like it's going to turn out how that other event turned out. So instead of just merely going through it and surviving it, I cut it off. I do away with it. Even if at that moment it will result in a short-term loss. I'd rather take a short-term loss and have long-term gains than to take a long-term loss and have short-term gains. If that makes any sense to you guys. But all in all, guys, we have to learn how to, adjust ourselves, mindset, emotional fortitude, just everything within us, our complete being. We have to learn how to shift from surviving into thriving, flourishing, abundance, not just scarcity and lack. We have to retrain ourselves, reprogram ourselves to reach higher and to let those setbacks be the fertilizer, be the water that nourishes us so that we can grow more vigorously, so that we can really sprout and blossom into the beautiful, intentional manifestors that we are. And I just really want you guys to take that one thing with you. Question yourself today. Are you merely surviving, or are you thriving? Have you successfully learned how to adapt in spite of circumstances or from setbacks? Or are you just going through the motions? Like, okay, you've made it through one round, so now you're going through the second round, and you're going through the third round, and you just keep going through and through and through, and you're never going to get to the final round. You're never going to get the championship, because you're just used to surviving. And you haven't figured out how to shift that to thriving. So, to the next time, guys, keep loving your heart, peace on your path. SP out.